The forbidden manuscript, kept under lock and key, promises to reveal one of the greatest mysteries of faith, the second coming of Jesus Christ. Imagine a text so powerful that it could shake the foundations of the Church and change the understanding of the Savior's return. What was it about this document that made the Vatican decide to keep it secret? Stories of censorship and concealment of knowledge are common in Church history, but this one in particular raises disturbing questions. What is hidden between its pages? And why could crucial information about the future of humanity be considered dangerous? As the narrative unfolds, the tension increases. The manuscript not only describes the date and location of Christ's return, but also reveals secrets that could transform the way we view our own existence. Would these revelations be a threat to the religious power structure, or the key to a new spiritual understanding? Prepare to delve into an in-depth investigation into this hidden text as we explore the mysteries surrounding the prophecy and its impact on our lives. The truth may be more surprising than you imagine. The manuscript in question has an intriguing history. Its origin dates back to a time and place that many researchers are trying to decipher. It was discovered in a small library, hidden among other ancient texts, which aroused the curiosity of scholars around the world. The search for the authenticity of the manuscript became a true investigation, involving experts in paleography, who analyzed the writing, and in dating, who used technologies such as carbon-14 to determine the age of the materials. The question of authenticity is crucial because, if the manuscript is genuine, its implications can be profound. The methodology used to verify its veracity includes not only scientific techniques, but also a critical analysis of the content and its conformity with other historical texts. Scholars are faced with challenges, such as the possibility of forgeries or errors in preserving the text over the centuries. Each new discovery regarding the manuscript generates heated debates among academics. Furthermore, its analysis involves the contribution of different disciplines. Historians, theologians, and linguists collaborate in an attempt to understand the cultural and religious context of the time in which the manuscript was written. This collaboration is fundamental, as the complexity of the text requires multiple perspectives for a richer and more precise interpretation. During the investigation, questions arise that go beyond the text itself. What motivated the author to write? What historical events influenced your words? These questions help to place the manuscript within a broader panorama, revealing the interconnection between history, religion, and society. It is hoped that continued research into the origin and authenticity of the manuscript will not only clarify its importance, but also open doors for new discussions about its implications for contemporary religious faith and practice. The content of the manuscript is full of prophecies that, according to scholars, talk about the second coming of Jesus. The descriptions are rich in details, mentioning signs and events that preceded this moment. When analyzing the text, many come across dates that, if confirmed, could cause a real uproar in the interpretations of Christian eschatology. The way these prophecies are presented also raises questions about their symbolism and literality. A significant part of the analysis focuses on comparing the prophecies in the manuscript with others already known in the Bible. The similarity with texts such as the Book of Revelation is notable and generates discussions about the consistency of the messages. Scholars wonder whether these prophecies can be seen as complementary or contradictory, which could affect how the Christian community perceives the coming of Christ. Interpretations of the prophecies vary widely. Some believe that the events described are imminent, while others maintain that they are symbolic and should be understood more metaphorically. This diversity of opinions reflects the complexity of Christian theology and the plurality of beliefs that exist within the faith. In addition to the theological analysis, there is a practical concern. How do these prophecies influence the daily lives of believers? The expectation of an imminent return can lead to significant changes in the way people relate to their faith and the world around them. The search for signs and spiritual preparation become recurring themes in religious communities. In short, the content of the manuscript is not just a set of statements. It provokes deep questions about faith, the future, and the very nature of divinity. Each new interpretation opens up paths for enriching dialogues between different traditions and perspectives. The issue of censorship and silencing is a delicate topic, especially when talking about the Church, in particular, the Vatican. Throughout history, the Church has been accused of controlling information, and in some cases of silencing voices that could challenge its authority. The manuscript in question raises suspicions that it could have been the target of this type of control. Many wonder, why hasn't the Church spoken out openly about him? Religious leaders have a responsibility to protect doctrine, and any new revelation that contradicts traditional teachings can be seen as a threat. This leads to a reflection on how power can influence the dissemination of truth. Censorship may be a way to maintain order and unity within the faith community, but it also raises questions about freedom of expression and the search for truth. Furthermore, the fear that the manuscript would cause division among the faithful is a factor that may have contributed to its silencing. History is full of examples where new teachings provoked crisis and division, and the Church may have preferred to avoid further controversy. The relationship between religious power and information control is therefore a topic that deserves attention. Scholars and critics argue that censorship is not just a matter of the past, but a reality that still persists. The fear of challenging established doctrine can lead to an environment where research and discussion are discouraged. The search for truth often clashes with the desire to maintain stability. Reflecting on censorship and silencing by the Church not only reveals the complexity of power relations, but also invites the faithful to reconsider the importance of transparency and open dialogue within the religious community. The revelation of the manuscript has brought to light fundamental questions that may challenge contemporary Christian theology. Scholars immediately began analyzing existing doctrines about eschatology, which is the study of the end times. A new perspective on the second coming of Jesus, as described in the manuscript, could require a profound re-evaluation of traditional beliefs. This includes the way Christians understand salvation, the final judgment, and the role of Christ in the world today. Furthermore, the inclusion of specific dates and signs in the manuscript can generate heated debates among theologians. Many would argue that the accuracy of prophecies offers a clearer picture of what to expect in the future. Others, however, may see this as an attempt to limit the interpretive freedom of Scripture. This clash could lead to a reinterpretation of primary scriptures, calling into question the tradition that many Christians have followed for centuries. Still within this context, it is interesting to note that the manuscript not only questions current beliefs, but also instigates reflection on Christian morality. If the prophecies come to pass differently than expected, it could challenge the vision of an unchanging God. The idea of a God who adapts to time and space can open new avenues of discussion among believers. The change in Christian theology is not just limited to the academic sphere. Congregations can be profoundly affected. Pastors and religious leaders may feel pressure to address these new concepts in their sermons and teachings. This can generate both a revitalization of faith and an identity crisis for many who feel insecure in the face of new revelations. The acceptance or rejection of the manuscript could influence the future of the Church itself. Communities that adapt to these new revelations can become more inclusive and open to dialogue. On the other hand, resistance to these ideas can lead to a hardening of positions, further fragmenting the already complex landscape of Christianity. Reactions to the discovery of the manuscript were diverse and polarized. Religious leaders from various denominations have expressed concerns about the authenticity and interpretation of the text. For many, the mere mention of prophecies about the second coming of Christ is enough to generate heated debates. The Catholic community, in particular, was alert to the implications this could have on their doctrine. Theologians have been divided between those who see the manuscript as a new light that illuminates the Scriptures and those who consider it a threat to tradition. Some argue that it can provide deeper understanding of God's promises. Others, however, fear that this could lead to misinterpretations and division among the faithful. This polarization reflects historical tensions between innovation and tradition within the Church. At universities, the reaction was no different. Academics came together to discuss the implications of the manuscript, generating a series of conferences and publications. The controversy surrounding the text generated a wave of research, with experts in theology, history, and textual criticism analyzing every detail. Academia, which is normally a space for open debate, has also found itself divided between those who accept new ideas and those who prefer to maintain traditional interpretations. Furthermore, interreligious dialogue was also impacted. Leaders from other religious traditions began to get involved in the discussion, seeking to understand how these new revelations might relate to their own beliefs. This interaction can serve to build bridges, or on the contrary, deepen existing divisions between different faith groups. How these reactions unfold over time can have significant consequences for Christian faith. The willingness to accept or contest the manuscript could shape the future of faith communities, influencing how Christians view themselves in relation to the world and other religious traditions. The prophecies contained in the manuscript not only describe future events, but also reflect how humanity might view those events. In times of uncertainty, people often search for answers and meaning, and this manuscript offers insight that can be both alarming and hopeful. The idea of a second coming of Jesus, for example, can serve as a beacon of hope for many, indicating that, despite the challenges, there is a promise of renewal and salvation. Many wonder how these prophecies fit into the current context, full of social, environmental, and political crises. For some, reading these predictions is an invitation to reflection and action. The manuscript suggests that humanity needs to unite and seek a greater purpose, perhaps a call for people to become more supportive and aware of their responsibilities. The messages contained within it can inspire a movement towards peace and justice, encouraging a collaborative approach to tackling global problems. However, there are also those who see these prophecies as a source of anxiety. The idea of an uncertain future, marked by catastrophic signs and events, can generate a feeling of despair. This can lead some people to isolate themselves in their beliefs, while others may feel motivated to act, whether through faith or social movements. This duality shows how interpretations of prophecies can vary widely depending on one's perspective. Furthermore, the manuscript may challenge individuals to reevaluate their personal and collective beliefs. What does it really mean to have faith in a promised future? The search for meaning becomes even more relevant in a world that often seems chaotic and directionless. Prophecies can serve as a mirror, reflecting not only the hopes, but also the fears of humanity, causing people to confront their own insecurities. The central message of the prophecies can be seen as an invitation to transformation. Regardless of the difficulties that may arise, the possibility of a better future remains a powerful motivator. The manuscript not only lights the flame of hope, but also challenges humanity to act consciously and proactively, seeking a path that promotes peace, unity, and meaning amidst the turmoil of life. And so we come to the end of our investigation into the enigmatic, forbidden manuscript that promises to unveil the second coming of Jesus. But the question remains, why did the Church choose to silence such an impactful text? What else could be hiding in the shadows of the Vatican? Let's imagine for a moment, what if the revelations contained in this manuscript are true? How would this change our understanding of faith and the destiny of humanity? This is a reflection that we cannot ignore. And you, what do you think about all this? Do you believe there are hidden truths that can change our future? What other theories would you like to explore on our channel? Don't forget to leave your comment, as your opinion is essential for us to continue this journey together. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episodes, where we dive even deeper into the mysteries surrounding the life of Jesus, the Vatican, and the apocryphal texts. After all, the search for truth is a path that never ends. Get ready, because the next theory could be even more surprising. Stay tuned.